We're over here at Ron Coleman Crystal Mine. Check out the size of these things. Man, look at that. Look at this one right here. I think some people have picked away at this thing because there's used to have a few more on here than what's on there. You're able to buy a crystal basket, $100 each. Large quartz crystal point with pyrite growth and chlorite, $30,000. Looks like the origin is in Chile and it's cut and polished. Hey guys, we're over here at the Ron Coleman Crystal Mine again. I was going to do the zip line today, but they have a 250-pound limit on that. So let's just say they don't call me Dad Bod for nothing. So in my defense, I'm about 6'3" to 6'4", and so yeah, it's all muscle. So yeah, I can't do it. But basically, the zip line starts up there at that deck right there, and it goes right at a quarter mile, all the way over to the other side. And I think it's $30 a person. Tickets are still $25 to come up. They've done some renovation inside. They've added more bathrooms. They've added 4 porta potties down here. There's a couple over there by the wash station, and I think there's probably a couple more up there in the search field. They said that there's 4 of them down here, so that's nice. Today is December 21st. And I've never come this late in the season. They haven't done any dumping since December 15th, according to the log. So I was hoping that they were going to dump today. They've only dumped 3 times so far this month. One was about a week before the 15th, and then on the 15th. Well, they did it 2 days back to back before the 15th, about a week before the 15th. So today, there's not a lot of people here. I doubt that they're going to do any dumping. I was kind of hoping that they would do like at least 1 load before Christmas, but we'll see. I haven't been here in a good year and a half or so, so it's neat to see the updates, and look forward to digging and hopefully finding some good stuff. I pretty much just about have the whole place to myself today. I don't see a single other person out here. So yeah, that just kind of tells me that I highly doubt that they're going to do another dump just for me. So I wanted to come out and do a little bit of surface searching real quick before I start doing the digging. We got to find the shiny, so we're looking for that shiny kind of black glass. No points on it, but it's all quartz. See, it's just like a seam. Little busted pieces. There's a lot of busted pieces all over through here. That's just kind of how Ron Coleman does it. They do their dumping in a big dump truck, and everything just falls out and shatters. We sign a waiver at the beginning saying that we don't break off or bust off any pieces, but there's several plates on the sides of some of these larger rocks that are covered with smaller points. But the rocks are huge and not worth taking. compared to the amount of crystals that are on them. Some of these will have some really pretty iron staining on them and create that iridescent rainbow kind of look. All right, so I did some scouting around. Basically, I just kind of looked through there, came around over this way, and walked back up. I think what I'm going to do, since this is the biggest pile in the immediate area, it doesn't look like too many people have dug down into it very much. There's a lot of large boulders all through there. So I'm hoping, and on those boulders, there's a lot of crystal plates all along the sides. Like that whole thing is just a big crystal plate, and same with all those big ones that are back there. So what I'm hoping is that a lot of those pieces probably broke off and are just right there in that pile. And what I'm going to do today is try to dig down a few feet if I can. There's a lot of rock, a lot of big rocks, and hopefully we can uncover something good. Well, so far I've dug a few feet down. I haven't found anything really. Found quite a few broken pieces, just a lot of quartz pieces that are milky and chunky, and or just seams. Everything's been busted. No good clear points just yet. So if you're ever out digging for crystals and you come across some of this kind of peanut butter like clay, like this right here, definitely chase it. You're in the right spot, because the crystals form in clay pockets like this right here. There's nothing really on this rock. There's some small points down there, but that lets me know I'm getting close to a good spot. Anytime you hit that kind of thick clay, that's a really good indicator and a good sign that you're going to be getting into some good stuff, potentially. Not always, but potentially, because this is what they form in. So you want that kind of orangish thick peanut butter like clay. But unfortunately for me, I'm not feeling any points really in there. So maybe what this rock was butted up next to had the points. I don't know. Nothing. It's just a broken piece of quartz. See, everything I'm finding here at Ron Coleman today is just busted pieces of quartz. See, you start seeing some sides like that right there, but it's nothing. It's just a broken piece. So yeah, I've been here for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I haven't really found anything good at all. Ron Coleman can be really good, and it can be hit and miss. Sometimes you can just walk away with not even really getting anything worth your fee of getting in. And I hope that today is not going to be one of those days. Like I said, they haven't dumped in a while, and I decided to wait to come here until around 10-ish, because it was freezing temperatures last night, and I wanted the ground to warm up to be about 35 to 40 at least. So let the sun sit on it, or let the sun bake it for about 2 hours or so. Try to thaw it out, because trying to dig into frozen ground is really hard. And I'm not having much luck at all today, unfortunately. So I haven't really videotaped much, because there hasn't really been much to videotape. I found one rock that I started brushing it off, and it had a lot of these points on it. And it's just on one little area right here, about the size of about the palm of my hand. But the rock itself probably weighs a good 30 plus pounds, and is about, oh goodness, that's a 5-gallon bucket. It wouldn't fit in a 5-gallon bucket unless I do it vertically. But I'm going to go ahead and keep it just so I can have something. Maybe it'll look good in the yard. It's just basically a big piece of quartz. You can see this quartz all through here. But at least I found something. I don't know, it might not turn out to be any good after I clean it off. I hope not. I hope it's really good. Here's a quick look at that piece all cleaned up. I'll show more of it later at the end of the video. It definitely had more going on with it than what I thought when it was covered with all that clay. I love the smokies in there too, by the way. Well, after a good solid 2 hours of digging, I just popped this out of the ground. Pretty milky. Finally, I got something though. Like I said, some days it's really good out here at Ron Coleman. Some days it's not. I'm really hoping that I have a good experience out here. Here's a quick look at that piece all cleaned up as well. I originally thought I only had 2 crystals on there. Turns out there was more. Alright, I just moved this really large rock out of my way. I rolled it from down in there, and it's kind of filled in with a bunch of other stuff. And then as I was kind of scraping away a little bit, thinking this old dad bod of mine could use a little snackety snack, as I was pecking away, I saw this little shine right here, this face. So I thought I'd get my camera out. We'll see if we find anything. That's nothing. We'll pitch that. It's broken right here at the top, but it's a tabby. Nice long tabby. So it's about 12:30. I've been here for 2.5 hours, and I haven't really found much of anything. I'm just starting to get into a few things that might be promising. We'll see. See, it's just a lot of broken pieces from shafts. You know, that's not anything. See, just another broken shaft. Hopefully, we'll pull out a nice plate at some point, and I'd love to get it on video. More than that, I'd love to find like a big football-sized quartz crystal, if I could. But the way my luck's been going today, I'm kind of doubting that'll happen. Nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna have to get my shovel out and get rid of a lot of this loose dirt, because there's nothing really in it. It's just rocks, quartz pieces like this right here, have no points on them, aren't worth anything. See, it's just a broken piece of quartz, not a point. Same here.
Wait, let me take a picture, Amelia. You can be here while.
One thing Ron Coleman does have, that's a very nice view. So I've been having no luck digging, really. So I'm walking around seeing if I can just find some surface finds. I found a milky point just now, but it's better than nothing. I'm hoping to find a good plate. There are quite a few plates around here, big rocks. They're all busted up and everybody's tried to pick off all the points off of them already. I'd like to find a good 50 to 100 pound rock with some points on it that I could just pull out. Nice yard rock. So they push everything over to the edge of this hill, and it all goes right down there. It's pretty steep. They have a campground over there. I'm as tall as the trees over there. All right, so I just talked with a few other people that are out here digging, and nobody's been finding squat, you know. And it's understandable, you know, they haven't dumped anything in a week, thereabout. One of the workers just came up on a little golf cart thing and talked with him. He said that they're fixing to do two he said that they're bloopers. He said that they're fixing to do 2 different dump trucks to bring up. I'm not sure where they're going to do it, but once they do, everybody always swarms. So I got to get all my stuff together and get ready, because here in probably in a little bit they're going to bring up 2 dump trucks and hopefully get some new material. Yeah, there's just a handful of us out here today. And some of the people were going to leave because they haven't been finding anything, and so they said, "Don't leave. We'll do two dump trucks." So that's what they're doing now, and hopefully we'll have some good stuff to show. We'll see. Here we go. Music to my ears. Thank you, Ron Coleman, for dumping today. Now we're supposed to stay about 50 feet back whenever they're doing their dumping for safety reasons. We got to give the driver space to do their work. And they work hard, so we really appreciate them what they do. We'll see where he goes. All right, forgive the shaky camera. Looks like he's going to be backing it up right there. Load number 2. I think half of that's going to fall over that edge. right, we have load number 4 on the way. So this is the 4th load. I've been pulling out several points. I've got quite a few of them, but it's really muddy out here and it's hard to hold my phone out. Pulled this piece out a minute ago. I hope it's going to be nice. I got some points over here on this side and then right there above my thumb. The rest of the rock isn't going to be that good though, but here's what that piece looks like all cleaned up. There we go. That looks like a crystal. Now if the sun's out a little bit, we can hopefully get a few reflections. Starting to get my bag filled up. Hopefully we got some good stuff. think I might call it quits here at Ron Coleman today. Overall, I did pretty well after they brought 4 loads. The first 3 loads didn't really have a whole lot. The 4th load got a lot of single points out of. And it was just wet and soupy, so I didn't do a whole lot of videotaping, so I apologize about that. But I didn't find any good clusters. I almost always find a good cluster whenever I'm here, and I just couldn't find any today. Just didn't quite have the time. I got here a couple hours late. Let's take everything home, get it washed up, and see how it turned out. One of the bad things about visiting Ron Coleman in the wintertime is that they have the wash station closed. And so I could see that there was a crystal seam line there at the top of this rock. And so I kind of hoped that underneath all that clay that there would be some crystals, but not a thing. Same thing with the backside of it also. I knew that there was a crystal plate on that as well. At least I thought, but not a single point. Here's another look at that cluster from the beginning of the video. I love that there's some color variation in those points as well. This piece was my biggest surprise when I got home. I only saw one face in the big ball of clay, so this was definitely a welcome surprise. This piece was another one that was a ball of clay. I had no idea it had as much going on with it as what it does. Just wait until you see the bottom of it. I think those celestial ones are pretty cool. The rainbow crystals are some of my favorites. Altogether, I got about 60 of these points. With all the points and clusters that I collected, I definitely got more than the value of my $25 entrance fee. There's a small horizontal growth line on the back of this crystal. It definitely makes the crystal look interesting from the front. See that small little stair step right there? That's what gives that horizontal line when you look at it from the front. Now I'm going to do a full 360 turn on this crystal. You don't know it by looking at it from the side, but this crystal holds a surprise. It's like a magic trick. Nothing, and then boom, there's rainbows. It's like it has a little bit of fireworks inside of it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.